What's up, everyone? Coach JR here from Believe Elite Athletic Training. We are inside of Believe Elite. I'm with Ryan Rodriguez.
What's going on?
And we're going to close out the day with a strong word. Hard for a lot of people to cope and deal. And the word is reality. Obviously, right now, world is not normal whatsoever. I mean, they are even coming. There's the phrase now is when it gets back to normal. So it doesn't seem real, but it is real. Reality needs to set in, especially for. I'm just going to target our athletes because that's our main niche, our people. You said it before, Rye. You dealt with it right now because you should be playing golf right now, somewhere warm. You should be competing in your final year of a Division I career, and you should be on the verge of going to the PGA professional golf status. Reality. What does it mean to you?
I mean, reality is just what it's like. I guess reality is fluid, right? Like, every time it just changes, and you've got to sort of roll with the punches.
Yeah, so right now everybody got punched in the face with this corona COVID stuff, and it's almost like a stop in time. I actually had an athlete say that to me. They're like, yo, this is crazy. It's like a time stoppage. And that came from a baseball player who is trying to play professionally. And when I spoke to him, I was like, dude, that's a great way to put it, because like it did stop everything.
Yeah.
It stopped your NCAA whole season in what, like a text message you said?
Yeah, quick phone call said it's over.
Yeah, quick phone call, done. I got a text message from one of my baseball players in college, and he's like, yeah, the season's over. Like, it was weird to even read the text. Yeah. College is over. Done for the semester. Go home. We'll get you your online stuff. High school is, majority of high schools across the country now are going to be shut down. Yeah. They're still hanging on by a thread, but reality, you're going to be closed down. Your athletic mindset and approach to what's going on needs to now become real. And Ryan and I were talking before we started shooting this and talking. The phrase is "let go." Like, what's done is done. Yeah. The season got taken from you. We get it. I can't work right now. Like, my business got closed. I got to let go of that and apply for government relief funds and get help. But like, you got to go. You got to move and continue through life. You're going to get back to what you had as far as being able to compete. Yep. Like, you still want PGA.
Yep. So
when courses open back up and it's time to go, you're going to go. Any athlete that we have in here, you're going to come back to training. You're going to go back to the field. You're going to go back to the basketball court, the wrestling mats, the swimming pool. Like, you're going to go back, but you got to let go of what's going on right now. I feel like depression is real. Mm-hmm. And there's probably a lot of people that are depressed right now, a lot of athletes that are struggling still to cope with this. And I'm almost positive, I might be wrong with the dates right now, but I think we're a month in.
We're a month in.
Yeah. So you're 4 weeks into this. Like, yo, if you haven't come to terms with the fact, and if I'm the bearer of bad news right here, I apologize, but high school baseball, high school softball, you're not playing.
Yeah.
Summer travel softball and baseball, probably not playing. And again, if I'm the first person that's telling you that, I'm sorry, but I gotta be real with you. Like, I'm an honest person. I want to be honest with athletes that are trying to deal with this right now. It's like, yo, if you think you're gonna play in the summer, you're not. So it's April right now. Let's work on some things that'll get you ready maybe for like fall ball, or let's just prepare so you're ready for another strong off season in the winter.
And most importantly is let's just learn how to live in the moment. This is such a great time to really work on your mental game because
Huge time.
you've just been thrown into the fire, and more than ever, you've got to learn how to basically manage how to stay in the present, which is a very difficult task. And there's going to be instances where you go one way or the other, but to bring yourself back, to have a routine, say, to identify, oh, I'm starting to go over the edge, like, let's reel myself back in. All the things we've talked about, have a team that keeps you accountable, have a routine that keeps you on track, have goals, adjust those goals. And that's all. We're basically right now implementing all the skills that we've talked about here, that we've talked about, or you've talked about in the gym, and putting them into practice. This is a tournament. This right here is a tournament. This is a competition. This is the biggest basketball game, biggest baseball game, biggest football game that you're going to play right now. It's just not the football, basketball, baseball, golf that you're used to playing.
Yeah. No, listen, the stoppage in time that just sits in my head because you never get that. You're never really going to get a time stop like we have right now. Like, it is weird. But my wife said it to me the other day, and I was actually kind of like puffing my chest a little bit when she said it. She's like, you've been really productive.
Yeah.
And I took that upon myself just because my normal routine, and that's the other part of this, is no one's in a normal routine. That's why, like, you can't even get to reality because you're all over the place. My normal routine was definitely shooken up by this, but this really gave me an opportunity to, and I say this all the time as far as like bettering oneself, is to really self-invest. And if you use your time, like, let's put it this way, you're an athlete,
Yeah.
right? You can't even compete right now. Think about when is the last time like you got your sport taken away?
Yeah, I've never had an injury, but I guess if you were to have an injury, then
Right.
this would be very similar to that.
And guess what? Getting the mind right through an injury is one of the hardest things to do from a coaching standpoint, from an athlete standpoint, because
Might even be worse because there's people playing. At least now nobody's
right,
playing.
100%. So thank God you're not hurt,
Yeah.
But imagine if you were, or imagine like what are the things that you would work on if you broke a leg or broke an arm or were not allowed to compete. What are some things where you could sit back and be like, all right, I can't do anything, so what can I get better at? That's kind of the mindset you need to have right now.
Yeah.
You need to like strip it down. Strip it down. We said it before on another episode. Back to the basics. Simplify the daily actions that you're going to take.
At this point, anybody who thinks sports is just about being athletic is way behind the eight ball. I mean, sports
Love that.
entails so many things.
Lifestyle.
Being able to manage your time, being able to, now more than ever, you have so many distractions accessible. You've got 12 hours a day, 16 hours a day where you're awake and you've got nothing to do. So now you've got time to play more video games. You've got time to watch more Netflix. You've got time to eat more junk food. Now more than ever is the time to sort of, get right where you need to get to.
Yeah, I think the reality is that you need to take it upon yourself to be honest with yourself. Like really sit down and say, like, what am I doing right now? I did this the other day. I said it before. I was binge watching Ozark on Netflix, and we finished. My wife and I finished the series, and I honestly felt like, good, it's over, because I felt like I was just wasting time toward the end of it. Great show, highly recommend it. Was cool.
Yeah.
But like when you're sitting there for 3 hours or so, or 4 episodes go by, and you know what the freaking laziest thing is? You don't even need to touch the remote. The freaking episode ends, and then it's like next
you
episode.
You can skip the intro.
Yeah, next episode, and the thing's just going by, and you're like, oh my god, go faster.
If you're too lazy to watch the intro, you could skip that too. That's
Yeah,
insane.
and it's like the reality is this. To be completely honest, because I think it's insane. Essential business is pizza, fast food, and there are some ice cream shops that are open. I don't know why any of that is really essential, but we as a society have taken fitness and closed it.
Yeah.
We've taken fast food and promoted it, and we've also taken stay inside,
Yeah.
be inactive, don't move around, don't be around other people. And I'm always talking athlete mind, athlete mode. Yo, you're going to come back to competing, and you're going to come back to training, and you're going to be out of shape, and you're going to have to start from the ground up.
Yeah.
If you don't do this the right way and you don't get real right now. I'm saying that as nice as I can, and honestly, I'm saying it because I care. You know, you could right now focus on nutrition because that's always a key topic that we talk about in here. You could start to wake up earlier and make better, healthier choices. Listen, you can work out alone anytime you want. Like, you can go for a run, put your pods in and get out there. You know, like, you can practice your sport if you have the means to practice your sport. There's no excuse right now. Everyone's making an excuse, and they're using the pandemic, as their everybody's
Crutch.
Yeah, it's your crutch right now. Athletes, please wake up. Like, the reality is that you will get back to competing, and if you're not ready, you're going to lose. And here's the other side of it. If you're not doing anything right now, we just talked about it before, and I never, ever wish this on anyone, ever. You're going to get hurt.
Yeah.
You're going to come back to your sport, and some of your coaches are going to be like, all right, we're able to get on the field, let's go, and they're going to roll the soccer ball out, or they're going to get the bat bag, and they're going to go out, and it's like, yo, you haven't moved like that in months. And you've been sitting on a couch, and your schoolwork is on a computer, and you're on your phone all day. Your hip mobility sucks. You haven't stood on one leg in how long? Like, your balance is off. Your core strength is terrible because you're just not doing anything to better the cause. And that's where I get really concerned as a coach and a strength and conditioning coach, especially because I know how long it takes to build that up, but I also know how easy it is to lose it. And if you spent the last 4 weeks eating pizza twice a week, Netflixing it out, video games, TikTok, like, you're in a world of pain coming soon. And for some of you, that's future issues, college recruiting, making the teams that you thought you were going to make before this all happened. There's so much. This is affecting and not coping with reality is affecting every athlete. Like, Ryan got his season stripped away because he's a spring sport athlete. All our baseball and softball players and our track and field athletes, done. It is what it is. But understand this. If you are a football player and you're not doing anything right now, that's affecting your current preseason / off season, and that's going to affect the way you step on a field in the fall if you're even able to step on a field. If you're a wrestler or a basketball player, this is your off season right now. If you're not lifting, training, doing all the right things, this is affecting your off season. And what is your season going to look like? You have to get on our page and get real, and it starts with your mentality. It starts with your mindset. The book that I created and wrote, The Unbeatable Mindset, is meant to get us through this.
Yep.
And get real. And get real with yourself first. That's the number one person you got to deal with every day. Goggins.
Yep.
The cookie jar, the mirror. You got to look in the mirror and be like, yo, am I doing the right stuff? And I know for a fact, and I hate to say this, I got to really believe that 95% of the younger athletes out there are not doing the right stuff. And I know it's going to impact you.
I've got a good ender here.
Hit it.
And I think this is a really good time to start reassessing, or sort of taking an outside perspective and looking in, asking yourself the tough questions. Am I where I want to be? Am I doing what I want to do? Am I accomplishing what I want to accomplish? If you can't answer those questions, that means that deep down inside you know that you're not doing the right things. Right now, more than ever, it's a great time to build good habits. And the way that you could start by building good habits is by creating a team around you, calling your coach, going out there and identifying your weaknesses and finding people that can help you with your weaknesses. You know everything that you have to do, It's not very difficult. It doesn't take a lot of effort. It just takes a little bit of discipline and you dropping your ego to know that, hey, I've got to do this. So if anybody hears this and they're not where they want to be, come on, there's no better time than right now.
Yep, it's investment time, I would say, and it's also time to build yourself up and become unbeatable. The Amazon ebook's coming out soon, The Unbeatable Mindset, written by me, and we are going to offer coaching opportunities with that, group setting, and one-on-one training. So we're here to help, want to get you over the hump, want to get you moving right, and get you back on track. Follow us on Instagram, Believe Elite Training, Facebook, Believe Elite Athletic Training, Twitter, @JRTrainBeat. Our website is BelieveYouAreElite.com. This podcast is called Becoming Elite. Leave a review. Let us know that you listened. And hopefully we motivated a few of you guys to take some action. All right? Appreciate your ears. Go be healthy.
Peace.
Later.